G'day viewers, how you going today? This is Drop Bear and just a quick video about my Suzuki RM144AF lightweight build. We'll start with the engine, I guess. The engine is a 02 RM125 engine with the replated cylinder 144, ported by two-stroke performance. Just put a fresh Woosner piston kit in for next season. The head is VHM, I just de-anodized it. The squish has been set up, it's got a custom dome profile as well. The bearings in the engine are micro blue ceramic bearings. They were $1,000 just for the bearings. Electron carby, I love electron carbies, big fan. Boyson rad valve, won that on Thumper Talk forum, American forum. Magura hydro clutch, custom carbon ignition cover made by a bloke in Italy, and unfortunately I can't remember his name, which is pretty bad. Thanks anyway for that. I've got a aftermarket ignition, sorry I can't remember what brand. The maps were set up on the dyno, the engine was tuned on the dyno as well. I actually get 4.5 hours plus of hard riding on this bike. Actually after 4+ hours and everyone else running out of fuel, I got back to the car and still had close to quarter a tank. So it's really fuel efficient, and I just put that down to everything being set up properly and working well together. Okay, we've got a black hard anno frame, hard anno black forks, hard anno black swing arm, and the rear shock is also hard anno black. Got the lugs for the forks done as well. Hubs are Talon billet and carbon hubs. They don't come in silver for Suzuki, so they were a special order. The rear Excel rim is also special order. It's a 18 by 1.85 rear rim, 100 by 18 tyre, medium, Starcross 5. The carbon silencer is Scalvini. I don't really recommend them. They're actually heavier than a Pro Circuit factory sound or shorty, and they're not sealed very well, so the packing gets wet just about every time you wash the bike. Carbon shock guard. Okay, the rear brake caliper I attacked with a file and some sandpaper. Got a quick release pin. I just wanted to take some meat off it. I also removed the rear rotor guard mount. Yellow braided brake lines front and rear. Carbon frame guards, I'm sorry I can't remember the brand, but they were from the UK. CRM carbo tank, supposedly 7 litres, but doesn't look much different to the original 6.5 litre tank. CRM carbon subframe and airbox, running a funnel web filter, Australian made. De-anodized X-Trig preload adjuster on the rear shock. De-anodized X-Trig billet triple clamps with the PDHS or PHDS, whatever they are, bar mounts. The handlebars are Twisted Engineering. They're a Wyndham Bend carbon composite with 3 times flex, 1 times flex being less flexible, 3 times flex being the most flexible. DEP 144 pipe. Carbon fork guards, can't remember the brand, sorry. Okay, we've got a 4-spot billet front brake caliper and a 280mm Moto Stuff front rotor. Caliper's also Moto Stuff. They used to make the stuff for the Gecko race team in America. That's a rear rotor's also Moto Stuff. The gearing on the bike is 1350 Pro Taper sprockets. I just replaced the gear shifter shaft in the engine and the stopper because there was a lot of slop in it. As you can see, there's no slop in it now. I also replaced the little thing that the clutch cable hooks onto, because that had a lot of slop in it as well, a lot of play. But you know, O2 engine, so no surprise. Billet foot pegs, carbon bash plate. The radiators are thermal coated black. I don't know the total weight of the bike. I've never had an opportunity to weigh it, but I can guarantee it's under 100 kilo. Suspension's just been rebuilt, new seals and oil, etc. Ready for next season. It's got a fresh Woosner piston kit in it. And yeah, tyres are obviously fresh for next season as well. The seat foam is a Guts Racing Phantom seat foam. Huge weight saving, biggest weight saving on the bike actually. The second next biggest weight saver is a titanium rear shock spring. I don't have one yet. I will be getting one. It's the last part of the puzzle. That'll be the last thing I do to the bike. They're $900 Australian. Seat cover is Topline. They're in Seaford, Victoria, Australia. Badge glows in the dark. Haha. TSP stands for two-stroke performance. The owner's name is Dave. He's located in Mornington, Victoria, Australia. He pretty much just does KTMs and Huskies and stuff these days. He does ignitions and makes high compression heads and that sort of stuff. He doesn't actually build engines anymore, unfortunately. Doesn't do any porting. He still does heads, sets up the squish and the profile and whatnot, but yeah, very busy with KTM updates these days, so doesn't do Suzuki's. He also built me a RM144AF engine, which I also put in the same frame. Speaking of the frame, it's a 2013 RMZ250 frame. When I bought the bike, the Australian dollar was buying $1.10 American, so I paid $7 for the bike, delivered to my front door, and as a bonus it arrived on my birthday in 2014, February 2014 I got it. Super lightweight, 42 horsepower at the back wheel, so no slouch. Really fun to ride. The suspension's being set up really well, it's on rails. Yeah, I put 7,000 into the engine alone. The bike owes me about 35,000, but I'll never sell it, so who cares. This is my 06 RM125, which I built because most of the time these days I ride by myself, and if I'm riding by myself I don't want to clock up wasted hours on the 144 engine. I'd rather just ride this. It's got Electron carb, V-force reed block. Apart from that, the engine's stock with a Woosner piston kit, and this bike runs like a dream. It's like brand new, and I personally wouldn't swap it for a brand new YZ125X, because in my opinion this is better. Yamahas and KTMs, their 125 frames are the same size as their 250 frames. The Suzuki 125 frame is an actual 125 sized frame. It's quite a bit smaller, and I really notice the difference, so I do like the smaller frame. Anyway, they're my 125 and 144 small bore smile machines. Whiz bangers, too much fun. Gotta love them. Have a good day, viewers.